Hello, callers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with Inter Milan midfielder Marcelo Brozovic, as it has been reported that Barca have made great efforts to sign the 30-year-old target, but right now the move depends on the player. So guys, secondly, we are going to be discussing on this other transfer news claiming that Barcelona are open to selling this 19-year-old starlet amid interest from three clubs, according to new reports. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. According to a report from Ashraf Ben Ayat, Barcelona have made great efforts in their bid to sign Inter Milan star Marcelo Brozovic despite their financial issues. As such, the move is now totally dependent on the player. Brozovic jumped to the top of Barcelona's wish list for reinforcements in the pivot midfield role after moves for Martin Zubimendi and Joshua Kimmich were ruled out. The 30-year-old though is also being chased by Al Nassr, who have already reached an agreement with Inter for his signing, but with player yet to give his green light to the move. The operation is on a standby, leaving the door open for Barcelona. But, given the Catalan Giants' situation finance-wise, they cannot afford to meet Al Nassr's €20 million per season salary for Brozovic, nor can the La Liga champions offer the €23 million fee that the Saudi Giants are putting on the table for transfer fees. Despite that, the report states that Barca have tried their best and made great efforts to try and convince Brozovic to snub Al Nassr and move to Catalonia. There is not much left to do from the club's perspective now, and the transfer will entirely hinge on the wishes of the Croatian international. Should he dig his heels in and agree to accept lower wages at Barcelona, Inter Milan might as well be forced to lower their transfer fee demands for their captain. The coming days will be key in the transfer saga as Barcelona eagerly await a decision from the UEFA Champions League finalist Inter Milan. If the move does not go through, the Blaugrana have identified Oriol Romeo as a low-cost short-term option. Of course, Marcelo Brozovic continued to make headlines for Barca as Barcelona currently looks second best in the race. Of course, honestly, if you ask me, I will tell you that this guy won't be a Barca player. He won't. Let's forget about all these hopes, false hopes that we are hearing from the media about Brozovic might come, might not come, and stuff like that. You know, in the last couple of days, I've been hearing that there's already a full agreement between the Serie A giants Inter Milan and Saudi Arabian giants Al Nassr for a fee of €23 million. And that's where the big problem comes. And the fact that the player has not made any statement, of course, Barca are having some small hope that he might be thinking about going to Barca instead of Al Nassr. And there were reports that the player asked Al Nassr to increase that salary offer to 28 million per season. But so far, nothing has been said. It remains to be seen if they will do just that. But looking at Barca's own perspective, as they are looking for a new DM after failing to bring in the likes of Joshua Kimmich and Zubimendi, who was Javi's top choices. Amrabat as well was ruled out. Barcelona looking at Brozovic as their main guy to go for. Honestly, it looks like it's a dead deal. Let's be honest, it's a dead deal. And I think if Brozovic's signing does not go through, it will be the fourth defensive midfield pursuit that Barca have been pursuing and fails to deliver. And I ask myself, how are we going to cope with Busquets' replacement that everything is falling apart? It's really, really frustrating, isn't it? It's really frustrating. Brozovic is already 30. He's already in his 30s. And yeah, it looks a type of way that you want to replace Busquets, who have stayed for 15 years. You want to replace him with a 30-year-old man. So normally it's for a short term, to be honest. It's just for a short term, while Barca might be looking for a long term in the years to come. Because I will not blame the club because the financial issues that we are having now is too much. Whereas we cannot we cannot remove large chunks of money to spend on a young, talented defensive midfielder out there. It's quite impossible, isn't it? So I think even going for players like this, it's not bad. Yeah, we know Brozovic have shown his pedigree, his quality for many years for the Croatian national team and Inter Milan. And I think he's a good player to join Barcelona, but will it go through? That's a big problem. I doubt. I doubt. But it's good that we should always be optimistic. But when we look at things, even when we look at it so optimistic in this context, I don't see Barca going and winning this race with this Saudi Arabian giant Al Nassr, as they have offered everything more than Barca. Of course, we know that if Brozovic chooses Barca over Al it's just because of the reputation and his lightness to continue competing at the highest level, which is European football, and playing in Champions League. And I think that might just be the only thing Barca can win over Al. Apart from that, money-wise, motivation-wise, everything, Al have the upper edge. So I very much doubt it if this deal will go through, except there's a huge twist somewhere. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. After Arnau Tenas confirmed his imminent departure from Barca, the Catalans could bid goodbye to another talented young player in the form of Angel Alarcon. According to a report relayed by Mundo Deportivo, the 19-year-old forward who is currently recovering from injury is a target for Serie A outfit Udinese. Apart from them, Spanish clubs Rayo Vallecano and Real Betis are also following Alarcon. It is further stated that Barca would be open to selling the young striker, but do so by including a repurchase option for him. Alarcon signed for Barca in the summer of 2018, arriving from the academy local rivals RDC Espanyol. The young forward has shown a lot of positive signs in his youth career, although he has been held back by injuries on occasions. This past season, though, Alarcon got his big break with Barca as Xavi Hernandez handed him his first team debut in a Copa del Rey clash back in January. The attacker went on to make 4 more appearances for the senior side, but did not score or assist a goal. Meanwhile, he also played 6 times for the club Juvenile A side in the UEFA Youth League, scoring and assisting 3 goals apiece. Alarcon signed a new contract with the club until 2025, which has a €400 million release clause. He will be promoted to the Barca Athletic team if he stays put at the club this summer. However, with 3 clubs interested in his services, the report states that Barcelona are open to a sale. The Catalan Giants, however, would be including a buyback option in any deal so that they can bring him back if the forward's development continues in a positive manner. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.